Hi, my name is Emily. I'm going to just talk to you a little bit about me and why I kind of entered into this space, into this kind of shamanic work with mothers, soul retrieval, aromatherapy, all of it. Aromatherapy used to get me through the day. It sounds like a drug, but I had a really bad stammer, and I really struggled to speak. You know, I would not be able to speak in front of crowds of people, and I remember I was kind of going for job interviews and things like that and having to speak, and so I just really stabilised myself with aromatherapy, with like things like vetiver, that really kind of like stops any palpitations, regulates the heart, and you know, so really kind of like that was my tool. And I didn't understand it, but I knew that it was really supportive. But it wasn't just like a pill. It wasn't like something that was disembodied. It was like it was speaking to me. It was like, you can do this. You know, it's like this like layer of like, and then kind of gradually I kind of progressed with oils, and I trained in aromatherapy. Partly because I was like, there's so much to this. It was like opening my eyes to something. So it started kind of emotionally, but I was also overcoming an accident, an injury, and I was told that the injury wouldn't, you know, I would never get better, I would never walk again, because I had so much scar tissue, and the tendons in my foot wouldn't work again, and you know, things like that. And I started to have these dreams, and which was like the next steps to how to walk. And it all came through in a way which was kind of over there, like I was living my life, but it was like and this. And then I had lots of different experiences of meeting people in spirit, angels, fairies that would come to me, and I kind of and it was all about kind of like walking again. It was all about like what is possible. And at that time I didn't realise that I didn't have so much of a kind of like a boundary about it. I didn't really understand it, and so I studied it effectively to kind of really kind of understand, well, what is this? What's the benefit? Why am I doing it? And what I realised was that we're all meant to have this connection. Everybody's got this connection, and it's just the spiritual part of who we are. It's not meant to be over here or over here. It's meant to be like lined up in our bodies, in our souls, in our emotions, to guide us forward. Because these beings, these beings of light, know better than us, you know. And so I went through a whole process of how to discern who I'm communicating with, how to really kind of tune into only engaging with certain energies, what is my work, what am I meant to be doing. And so as a result, I can speak again. I was guided to how to kind of overcome the stammer, even though I'd actually worked with speech therapists in schools for children for years and years and years, and back in my mind I was going, this isn't working, this isn't what they need. I have a process now. I have lots and lots of work that I do with clients around speaking truth, because of my stammer, because I couldn't, literally there was ancestral stuff in my bloodstream, in my body, in my cells, that stopped me from being able to speak, and now it doesn't. And in terms of like, I believe that the accident was an interruption, was like, no, don't go that way. It's like my left ankle, no, you're not going that way, go this way. And I honestly, you know, I believe that there's a way to see these things, kind of either or. You're either spiritual or you're in the real world. And for a while I know that I was just in the real world, and for another time I know that I was just spiritual, and now I know that I am bringing it into complete focus and bringing all of that online for what's next. And you know, one of the really interesting things was that I studied languages. You know, I speak languages. I was really into poetry, and the crazy thing was that I could actually speak other languages more fluently than my mother tongue, because it was like I could speak other languages without stammering, but I couldn't speak English. And so part of the journey was actually, and then I went to lots of other different countries and had relationships with people from lots and lots of different countries, and it was like, no, I couldn't land here. And really now what's coming through is a connection with the Council of Plants and Trees in Albion, and a real togethering of welcoming through. So this kind of perception of what is under our feet, what is our connection with our spirituality, what's our connection with belonging. And I'm really, really guided now to very much support people around taking belonging as a birthright, breaking down unnecessary boundaries to belonging, and also, you know, stepping into the future, stepping into using this wisdom in a way which is practical, which is what my course Tending the Roots is all about, and we begin again in February. So yeah, I really believe that a lot of the time we see these kind of like parts of our lives, like our spirituality or our connection with spirit, as something as separate. But I'm really here to teach that it is in the experience now, and it doesn't get to, you know, you don't get to always be on, and we have to discern what we're for, what we're bringing through, and how we're doing that, what energies we're working with, and bringing those people who are meant to be doing it with into our lives as well. So yeah, that's me. Really, really happy to meet you. So for me, this journey has been long, you know, and what I'd love to say is, if you're afraid that everything's going to fall apart, that's what happened for me. And I knew that I had to be the one for everything to fall apart to put it back together again. I've just been told to say that, so I am. Yeah, I've been watched fall apart, and I've also been witnessed to put back together again. And these hands and many others did that. So yeah, I'm just sharing that too.